Hey, welcome back into our weekly real estate podcast. This week we are talking about the market conditions for July 2022 for the Reno Sparks Association Realtors here in Northern Nevada. And of course we are joined by one of our favorite professionals. Her name's Elena Boland. How you doing, Elena?
Good.
She's with Wholesale Mortgage. She's a mortgage broker. And we're going to run through the numbers. As everyone knows, the market has changed quite a bit and it's continuing to evolve. So it's always nice to have someone else in to give a different opinion of what you're seeing from the mortgage side.
Yep.
So first thing we're going to talk about, obviously, is median home price. We are talking a drop of 4.2% for July to almost 575. That's down quite a bit from the highs of 615,000, but it's still up around 9.5% year over year. Any insight into that?
Yeah, I think it's a positive right now for the buyers out there that have been just getting their tail handed to them. I've had many buyers trying for over a year, putting multiple offers in, and when we see a little reduction in the median price, it just gets more availability out there to them.
Right. So yeah, it's kind of switched on its head. It's happened quickly, and it's kind of nice to actually have buyers that can actually look at a house, go home, and think about it for a day or two, and it's still there. So that's really a positive thing to even out this market.
Agreed.
So take it away on closed sales, Elena.
425 closed sales in the month of July, down 7.2% from June. So of course, just like Ken mentioned, you're seeing a little slowdown there, but 7%, not a huge number, nothing to worry much about.
But I see 34% year over year.
Yes,
So
yeah, definitely.
I'm actually seeing a lot of buyers. We have a lot of California buyers we're working with, a lot of local buyers, a slight hesitation. They're not jumping in. They're a little uncertain of the future. So that's very interesting is that wasn't there a couple months ago. So it's definitely a change that you should keep an eye on.
Right, a lot of market hesitation.
Right, so we're heading into median days to contract. So sellers need to get used to not receiving an offer in the first 24 hours of a listing. So keep that in mind that we're up to 25 days. Back in the old days, dating myself, 4 or 5 years ago, houses tend to stay on the market 30 to 60 to 90 days before they get an offer. Yeah. So we're kind of normalizing. That's up 80% almost month over month, and up 316% year over year. So keep in mind that your house is going to stay on the market a little bit, even as the market kind of evens out.
Right, agreed. And then moving on to the list price received. So if you list your home for sale in the month of July, you got 99.2% of whatever you listed your home for sale as, which is still a super strong number. So it's a good thing to keep in mind to, again, not panic if it takes a couple of weeks to get an offer in. You hold strong on your price unless you receive advice from your realtor to, in fact, reduce.
Right, and we're seeing quite a few price reductions. Keep in mind that this number was about 105% at the height. So a lot of kind of a slowdown, and all these are indications that the market is kind of changing, hopefully into a more balanced situation for everyone out there. Moving on, new listings. So new listings was right around 690 for the month of July, down 20% from June and down 8% from the previous year. So this is kind of the hesitation we talked about. Buyers are thinking twice about putting offers in, and there isn't quite the demand because interest rates are higher. Right. Any information on that you'd like to?
Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of negative information out there right now regarding interest rates, but if you, as a buyer, look at this as more of an opportunity where you're not having to overbid on a home $20,000, $30,000, and $50,000 in exchange for 1.5% interest rate over the life of a 30-year loan, that far benefits the buyer versus the inflated price you would have had to pay for a home 1 year ago.
So, and that's a very good point, and that's why we have her in. Another thing is that we're seeing is a lot of sellers are willing to buy down people's rates. Right. So take advantage of that. And I know that rates have kind of settled down, correct? Let's have a quick discussion about that. I mean, we were seeing rates into the 6.5.
Right.
a couple months ago. Now we're kind of settling back into that 5% range, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Anytime we would get a new buyer on the phone, you kind of go on autopilot as a mortgage lender. And the autopilot a month ago was 6%. And the autopilot right now is our magic number, a hair under 5. We always like to make it look pretty and throw it in there at 4.99%.
Great. And
So that's
just
good news.
take advantage right now if your realtor's not being aggressive with, some seller concessions.
Right.
It's time to ask for them because I know that they're out there and a lot of people are expecting them. So it's going to change the market.
Right. And then we've got 1,348 homes on the market, an active inventory that has gone up 9%. Again, a positive in my mind for all buyers out there. You're not fighting over homes and having to overbid. Again, a positive to help balance out that market.
Right. And I just looked at weekly trends. So this is actually live data for August. So halfway through August, it's actually creeped up to almost 1650.
Wow.
So that will kind of bump us into what we're going to talk about next is month supply of inventory. Currently for July, we're at 3.2 and we're creeping into a market that is balanced.
Right.
What a balanced market is, generally speaking, is inventory between 4 to 6 months. So if you're in your realm, that means that it's an environment where buyers and sellers can evenly distribute houses or buy and sell houses without the panic setting in one way or the other.
Right.
So that's another indication. And just keep in mind, months of inventory year over year is almost up 300%.
Right.
So all these are kind of indicators that the market's changing. Another thing that you need to keep in mind out there is that the July numbers are generally for homes that were in escrow 30 to 60 days prior. So as I suspect that if we go in more and more, that these numbers are all going to change.
Right.
Any last minute discussions about what's going on in the market?
Just to set it on a positive note, a balanced market is a good thing.
Right.
Anytime you have panic in any market type, be it real estate, be it stock market, be it the market for toilet paper, we all know that panic is not a good thing. So we really like to hear the word balanced. And as a buyer and a seller, that's definitely a positive thing for you as well.
Right. And keep in mind that the average rate, if you look at mortgage rates, is around 6 to 7%. So at 5%, we're still at a rate that is very affordable for most people.
Yeah, absolutely. The affordability factor is still very high for most families right now.
So, well, if you guys have any questions or comments, we'd love you to comment on our videos, give us the thumbs up. We appreciate you tuning in each week. We're doing a lot of videos over the next few weeks that are going to be very informative, and it's all about educating everyone about the market in Northern Nevada. Until next time, you guys take care, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.